Hello everyone, it's Silentpinkgamer here,
And Yappy, Bird of Paradise.
and we're here to do the Five Nights at Freddy's video. Yes, it's been some months. Now, originally we were supposed to do it with 4 other people, but due to life circumstances, it's not gonna happen, unfortunately. So it's just us girls. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So you see, we got our colorful friends here. We got little Foxy, well, not little, big jumbo Foxy. We got Foxy. We got Cupcake over here that's falling down. We got Freddy. So yeah, so we're here to start this Five Nights at Freddy's video. Now this video is basically kind of like a, hey, this is what this game is about, what we like about it, what we find interesting about it, and to give y'all some information about it if you do not know, and if you guys stumble across this video and you're interested in it, and maybe want to get it. Cop it. I'm so used to saying cop it. It's not even funny. Cop it. Also, too, we're trying to do this before security breach to kind of get everybody kind of caught up, especially if you're not interested in playing the games or have not watched a YouTuber play it. We're also going to put down in the description some channels that we watch that plays Five Nights at Freddy's that we absolutely adore. Like, give us some examples.
What?
The channels that we watch. She went spaced out. She just got off of work, so she's kind of tired.
Yeah, apologies. We've watched Game Theory. We've watched Markiplier and Jacksepticeye play it, and Coryxkenshin. We
watched quite a few of them play some Five Nights at Freddy's. So
yeah, and of course we watched the theories. Well, of course we watched the theories. The theories are fun.
Yeah, so we definitely gonna put some descriptions in the boxy. So you can follow them or like them or even just check out their Five Nights at Freddy's videos. They got some good content. Would you say?
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
And maybe we should include a little bit of a disclaimer to those who are new to the FNAF series. There is quite a bit of references to gore and violence, especially towards kids.
Yes, and also to disclaimer, if you have not seen it and you don't want to be spoiled, please click away, because you're about to get spoiled real quick. You're about to get a lot of spoiled meat.
Yeah, so spoiled your teeth might rot.
Yes, so here we go. We're getting into it. As you can tell, I got my glasses on, because we're about to get this tea piping hot. Alrighty, so a little bit about Five Nights at Freddy's. We do got our notes. Now, once again, they're not professionally done, but like you know me, it's raw. It's straight from the heart. So you gotta respect that, okay? So a little bit about the Five Nights at Freddy's franchise. If you guys did not know, it is an American let me get that, media franchise horror game. So it is made by the Americans. It's made by Scott Croft. I can never pronounce his last name.
Cawthon. Yeah, at least that's as close as I can get.
Yeah, his last name is really hard for me. Certain words, it just no. It's just a no. Also, he made some books. Some different platforms that the games are on is PC, PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, Android, iPhone. So those are just some of the few systems that is on that you can play it. Originally, I played it on my tablet. I downloaded it from my tablet. My nephew had it on his iPhone. What about you?
I've actually never really played any of them, shockingly enough. I'm just a big follower of the lore. But I do know that originally the series started as a PC game. So...
yeah. And Android, wasn't it? I thought it was Android first.
I don't know if it was initially on the phone. I don't think.
Yeah, we didn't get that far in the information. But hey, it's all right. The point is, I played some of it. I mainly watched most of it because, once again, like what me and Yappy have in common is we love the lore. We're huge on lore, and that's actually what initially got me into the game, was the big lore. Okay, so let's get into that. Okay, so some books. They have different type, like he has altogether, I think there's, if I remember correctly, there's like 12 plus books he has. Don't quote me on that number. He has quite a bit of books. And so he has Okay, so all this started on August 8th, 2014. If you did not know, he has 8 survival horror games out specifically. It's taking place in locations somehow connected to the family pizzeria restaurant. Um, the canon is revealed through the voice recordings, just to kind of give you FYI. So if you're the type of person that just played the game and kind of muted the voice recordings, don't do that. If you want the lore, you have to sit there and listen to Phone Guy. And it's funny the way he certain things he says, like the whole like, oh, don't worry, you're not in any danger, blah blah blah.
Yeah,
Yeah, whatever.
That being said, though, despite his take on what's going on, he does give you some important tidbits on playing the game too. So if it's your first time playing, definitely listen to what he has to say.
Yes, it's entertaining and it gives you information. And also, too, the mini games are big lore finders as well. So definitely get into those mini games if you haven't played it or actually have not seen them.
And good luck finding them. Oh my god,
they're hard. Some of them are hard to get to. So yeah. So be aware of that. I'm kind of losing my face, you guys. I'm trying to fix this camera. Yes. See, we only got one camera right now. But it's all good and gravy though. So Five Nights at Freddy's idea stemmed from a negative reaction of a previous game that Scott came out with. It was called Family Friendly Chipper Sons and Lumber Co. If y'all did not know that, like I did not know that myself. Like I've heard about it, and I'm just like, wait, he made games other than Five Nights at Freddy's, and it's kind of interesting to see a game developer like see his first original game, because I actually went to go look at some of his original games and see him doing Five Nights at Freddy's. Now I'm kind of just blown back. I'm just like, wow, he's come a long way.
But apparently,
Scott, you came a long way.
Yeah, but apparently, the idea for the Five Nights at Freddy's franchise came from a negative review from from the previous project he had, saying that the characters in it looked like creepy animatronics.
And I'm glad he went the creepy route. Like, good job, Scott. Because my thing is, so what got me super attached to Five Nights at Freddy's is the fact that it was scary. Now, let's be real. I've met so many kids, especially younger kids, not my daughter, 'cause my daughter is only going on 8 months, but like my friends' children who are from ranges from between ages 3 to 7, they're not scared of the animatronics. They think they're cool, but I'm gonna be honest with you, most kids will probably think they're scary, so I'd say A+ on that. And also too, like, let's be real, as an adult, will you walk into a pizzeria with these animatronics looking like that? No. Most people will be like, oh, heck, because some people are still scared of Chuck E. Cheese. You know what I mean? So many people are still afraid of Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah, I don't like Chuck E. Cheese.
So it's kind of like, why would you go in when they look like they're gonna rip your butthole out? You know what I'm saying?
I will chuck the cheese to distract his mousy ass while I'm running for the door. No,
exactly.
thank you.
So it's kind of like, I say A+. I love what he did with the games, and I like how he brought something different. He wants to make you, like, at least my idea, like, I could be wrong about this, I feel like he was trying to make you feel isolated and lost, and also what's the word I'm looking for when you just can't move, like confined. Yeah, like trying to make you just feel like there's no hope, there's no like you're just stuck between two doors and this computer. Like that's it. Like,
yeah, and there's definitely a sense of desperation too, and confusion, especially when you take into account in some of the things they do that they have as mechanics in these games are big. What? Why?
Exactly. So it's just he's A+, Scott. We adore you, and I'm looking forward to that movie. Just saying.
Wait.
Your girl over here is looking for it. Okay, but let's get into it. So Five Nights at Freddy's 1. Or Five Nights at Freddy's. So, some of the animatronics from Five Nights at Freddy's 1. Read them off for me, girl.
Alright, for the, animatronic cast here, apologies. But for the main cast, for animatronics, we have, your classics, Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy. As well as Golden Freddy, I think.
Yes, you see him, he kind of comes up as a, apparition.
Okay. So he's not really a solid entity there.
He's solid enough to make you be like, what the...
Yeah.
Who just popped up in front of my screen?
Oh yeah, so he'll show up.
He is freaking
And
twitchy. I love him.
separate from Chica, of course, we got our lovely little friend Cupcake. Not quite looking like this, but
You don't
Cupcake.
actually see the Cupcake suit in the first game.
Really?
You don't really start seeing the Cupcake until, correct me if I'm wrong, you guys. If I remember from actually watching the games, you don't really start seeing the Cupcake literally come into play until the fourth game.
Okay, so yeah, but Cupcake is, I guess, a part of Chica in the first game, but still counts as a separate character, sort of. Just doesn't separate from Chica in that game.
But you don't really see him either. Like Five Nights at Freddy's 1, you just don't see the Cupcake. That's why when I saw the Cupcake, I was excited. I was like, oh my gosh, she has a Cupcake. You know, I get really excited. Sorry, I'm going to be really geeking out of
Yeah, Chica really likes her food.
aggressive Cupcake. Even now, aggressive Cupcake.
Yeah.
He's going to sit over there, Cupcake. But, so I'm going to be
Cupcake.
extremely geeking out over here. So bear with me. Yeah, okay, so about...
Oh, sorry,
So,
go ahead.
Five Nights at Freddy's 1. So, those were the main animatronics. My favorite, of course, I was drawn to is Foxy, because when I seen him run through the hallway, that was kind of like, I was sold.
Oh, yeah.
I was sold, and it's hard for me to get attached to certain characters. Like, don't get me wrong, who doesn't like Freddy? He's a bear. Everybody can relate to a bear in some kind of way. I think other Foxy kind of failed, you guys.
Oh, come here, you.
We're just gonna...
You naughty thing, you.
He likes to fall. And, Chica, most people like ducks, so, and she has food for the foodies out there.
Wait, I thought she was a chicken.
Whatever. Duck, chicken, goose. She's part of the bird family. At this point, she's a chicken, duck, goose. No, playing.
Turducken.
No, she's actually a chick. Chica the chick. Then Bonnie the bunny. I mean, who doesn't like rabbits? Easter, hello. You know what I mean? But something about Foxy, like I said, the way he's designed, the way he comes at you, and I like how when he opens the blinds and he's kind of doing that it's really
like,
cute. It reminds you of a cat.
Who you staring at?
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna stare at me? Fine. Swiggity swooty, I'm coming for that booty.
Yeah, and it's crazy too because he reminds me of a cat. Like, you know how cats, like if you have a cat, they kind of just do that little... Every time you look, he just kind of gets a little bit closer to you. He's adorable to me. He's really absolutely adorable to me. So, a little bit about the first game is you're basically a security guard.
Oh, yes. And the security guard dude does have a name, which you'd find out if you get through all the nights, and his name is Michael Schmidt.
Michael Schmidt. And you play as Michael Schmidt. And you're a security guard. You have to survive till 6 a.m. And so the functions of the game is the idea of you're sitting there. The only thing that's to your ability of having is closing the door, flashing lights, and checking the cameras. That's really all.
Could they flash flashlights in the first game? I don't think that was a mechanic.
Not the flashlight itself, but they can flash lights through the door.
Oh, that, yes.
Yeah, so flashlight through the door. So they click the light just to see if they're there. That's all your mechanics. So that gives off that isolation feel, that making you feel kind of like, okay, because like most horror games, you can shoot, you can fight, you can run, you can, take pictures, Fatal Frame, and different things. But this game just makes you just feel isolated, and I love that take on. He did a really good job to make you feel stuck. Like, what do I do when these guys come at me? Like, I can't pop Chica in the forehead. I can't stump on Freddy's toe.
Now, here's one of those instances where I said the mechanics were a little, what? Why? Because, understandably, the cameras use up power, which, by the way, you can use up power in this one.
And did you know the phone call uses up power?
Wait, really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, thanks, phone guy. But anyway, yeah, now the camera and the lights understandably use up power, but you know what else uses up power? Closing the doors.
Mm-hmm.
The blast doors. They should not do that, but they do that in this game.
I like it because it makes it hard. It makes it challenging. We need a challenge because if there's no other challenge than all of the animatronic coming to eat your throat out, then let's add in doors that take up power. So Final Freddy, that's basically what you intake. Some little feedback of the gameplay, though. So Freddy doesn't really come off stage too much. The only time you see Freddy is at the very end of the screen. is when your power runs out and then you hear like this music box playing and then you see Freddy's eyes just kind of flickering and things like that.
That's what I forgot. What's the name of that tune that Freddy plays?
She's about to look it up for us.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes.
But while she's looking it up, and also too, but most time Freddy doesn't really come off the stage, and Phone Guy actually mentions that on the phone. Like he said, Freddy doesn't come off much. Freddy's like he said, I'm OG. I don't need to. And then Chica mainly comes out on the left or right.
Chica's usually coming out on the right.
Right, and then Bonnie's on the left. And then Foxy comes out when I think it's night 2 when they start introducing Foxy, and he kind of comes out at whatever door. So you kind of just gotta close both when you see him run down that hallway.
Oh yeah. Okay, I got the song, by the way.
Yes.
This little tune that Freddy will play when it goes dark and he's like, time to play, is called, I'm probably going to butcher the pronunciation, but Toreador March Song. It's what he plays.
Alrighty.
It's an older song. And
we'll put a link into that song, too, if you want to hear it. Because, like certain songs from certain video games, I like to listen to it on my way to work, or just it kind of just get my head clouded and from clouded. Oh, you know what I mean. Y'all, if y'all been with me long enough, you know I stutter. You know I can't pronounce certain words. You know I have a baby, so if you hear some crying, we know what the situation is. We know, so we don't have to explain it. Okay. So Finance at Freddy's 2. We're moving on.
All right. There's quite a bit here, so bear with me. For the animatronics, we have the toy series, which is Toy Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and her cupcake, since she's kind of separately still, as well as the Mangle, which was formerly Toy Foxy, and oh boy, did they do that poor thing dirty.
And what else?
Let's see. They got the puppet or marionette, depending on what version you play, I guess, or then different names for that one. But there's also Balloon Boy, Jerk.
Bitch. I'm sorry, excuse my language. He's a whole bitch. He's a snitch bitch. I'm sorry.
Yeah, his whole mechanic, I think, is
he's a snitch.
To just be an ass.
He's a snitch.
He will wreck your night.
He triggers me so freaking bad. It is not even funny. He triggers me. Okay, I'm getting teared-eyed because he triggers me so bad.
Okay.
Every time I see Markiplier plays it and I turn it on and Balloon Boy's like, hello. You lucky I like my TV enough. You lucky I like my TV enough.
Okay. We also got his clone JJ, which is basically what JJ is, a freaking clone. Let's see. Although I think he does something a little different.
I don't remember JJ too much. I just remember Balloon Boy. I just keep hearing hello in my dreams. Hello.
Wait, is JJ the one that goes, oh, how unfortunate? I don't know.
Like, it's crazy how certain characters, even though I watched the full gameplay, I don't remember JJ to save my life.
Yeah, I think if I'm recalling correctly, JJ's the one that'll screw with your custom night.
That's probably the main place you see him.
Yeah, and then you got the withered animatronics that show up in FNAF 2, which is Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy, the original cast.
Of course.
And Golden Freddy, too. They got Golden Freddy in there.
You can't forget about the Golden. And we'll talk about the lore kind of close to the end to kind of give you an idea of kind of what's going on from what we know. Because one thing that's really cool about Scott, too, shout out to Scott, again, is that he doesn't really fully explain what's going on. You kind of gotta get the lore and kind of figure it out yourself. Now, I don't know how true this is. I don't want to quote something that's not true, but I've heard through the grapevines, the gamer grapevines, that it was said that MatPat was the closest to the lore. So I'm going to put a description to his channel down here.
Check out his stuff. He's really good.
He's really good. He's funny. I was just watching him play some Poppy Playhouse.
That being said, though, I do believe
I'm back to you guys, sorry.
In that Scott Cawthon has kind of made something meta forms of responses in terms of people looking into lore, by the way. One of them is in the form of this purple hippo that shows up in I think the Pizzeria Simulator.
Yeah, we're not quite there yet.
Yeah, but we'll get to that one, but that one's kind of funny.
Yeah, but my thing is he's not direct. You know how some guys say, this is what the lore is, and this is what's going on.
Nah.
He's not going to tell you that. And I think that's more fun. When you kind of got to put the pieces together yourself, and you don't know if this piece goes with this piece, but we're going to figure it out. You know, this piece could, totally go to this piece, but we're not for sure.
Alright. Okay, along with some other, some extra bits for special occasions, there's also, the main characters. You got, the main characters that are live. Well, we're living at least. Don't hold us to all this. Let's see, I don't know who Jeremy is in FNAF 2, or Fritz.
So basically, so I think a lot of these characters that you probably don't really see, like, right in the main game is probably due to the mini-games. Because don't forget about the mini-games and from what Phone Guy mentions and things like that. So you might not physically see the character, but that's why it's important to play those mini games, and it's important to listen to Phone Guy. Listen to him. Listen to him.
Well, speaking of which, this is Phone Guy's second, and if I recall correctly, last game. I don't think he appears in any of the others.
I don't think so. And it's weird because I was told.
Oh, and I use appear loosely. You never see this guy.
Because the last Phone Guy, disclaimer. It actually, something happens to him. He was stuffed into a suit. So this is a whole move. Unless, like, because there's also a chain. Okay, we're going to have to look up the actual order of the story. But from the first game itself, Phone Guy does not make it. So disclaimer, if you haven't seen it and you don't know, he goes into a suit.
Oh, I think I remember a bit of lore on this one. In this game, it very much, you can tell from the voice, it's the same guy, and he has yet to work a night shift ever. In fact, at the end of the beginning of the 6th night, he tells you that he's probably gonna start taking the night shift himself then, which is probably what leads to that. So, the sequel might actually very well be a prequel.
Yes, so...
And I do say might.
So the functions of the game, like when you're playing, is once again you're studying at a desk. So instead of a computer being in front of you, like in the first game, you just have a big open, like, window type area. And that's a weird thing to do for a building, but what do I know? And then you have the vents on each side, flashlights in the vents. You have to wind up the music box for the puppet. You have a flashlight, you have a mask. And the mask only works for certain animatronics, not for everybody.
A good portion of them, though.
A good portion. And the flashlight, of course. You got the little flashlight.
Yeah. Now the mask, I think, was a very smart addition. Kind of makes sense. It's like if you don't want to get stuffed into a suit, pretend to be a suit. Wear a mask. It works.
But the ones who too smart to fill it, it's like, we ain't gonna fall for this shit.
Yeah, one of those would be, of course, our favorite Foxy. They're too smart for that shit, but thankfully you can flash him in the eyes and he'll go away.
Like,
his one good eye. Flash him in his one good eye.
Oh no, I don't like the lights.
And also, it doesn't work on the puppet either. The only thing that soothes the puppet is that music box. Otherwise, they are coming for you faster than Foxy.
Yes. And so that's kind of like the basic functions of the game. You just gotta survive against all these, and the 6th night is hard because you start seeing the silhouettes of Golden Freddy. You start seeing the you just said it, the destroyed pup animatronics. What are they called again?
Oh, the Withered.
The Wizards and things like that. Balloon Boy starts popping up more often, talking about hello, you know what I mean? So it gets challenging on the way. And my favorite one, like my favorite animatronic, has to be, my favorite is Mangled. Mangled is really cool because this is his color scheme, literally.
Yeah.
It's just that he's made out of metal bits. His tail is where his arm is, and he's just really freaking cool. I love the way he looks. So he's my top. Love Marionette. That's a high second. A high second.
Marionette's my favorite.
Yes, I love his design. He's so freaking cool. And those are my top in Five Nights at Freddy's too.
Mm-hmm. And I kind of dig Chica too. The toy Chica gets a little extra here. She takes off her beak.
I still can't get over the fact she got some Jonies.
Yeah, that's the downside. It's like, for an animatronic that's geared towards appealing to kids, they really,
skimped her up.
Yeah. Well, like, where's our pleasantly plump chick? What happened to her?
Give me 1 second, guys.
But nah, they gave us this sexualized thing. Something for the parents? A little weird.
From the parents? I don't want to see no duck and Jonies. I want to see the cupcake more than anything, okay? Okay, but anyway, it was fun. Hey, he's trying to appeal to all eyes. Scott, we gotta talk about this, Scott. Why she got Jonies on? Okay, anyway, Five Nights at Freddy's 3.
Oh, yes, Five Nights at Freddy's. Scroll, dang it, I don't know.
I'm a little cupcake, short and stout. Here is my candle, here is my mouth. Oh, sorry.
That would be kind of funny. Alright. For Five Nights at Freddy's. Excuse me while I malfunction.
Yes, it's called work. We're adulting.
Alright. Five Nights at Freddy's 3. We have the main character to look out for, Springtrap.
My favorite of all time.
We're gonna get to that asshole soon. He's an asshole, and we will cover why.
He's an OG.
An OG asshole. Anyway, we got, and the rest of the main cast are phantoms.
Phantom Balloon Boy.
Yeah, but it should be pointed out they are appropriately named such because they're actually not solid, but we'll get to that.
Yes.
We got, of course, Phantom Freddy, Phantom Chica, Phantom Foxy, sup, Phantom Mangle. She's back.
I don't see much of her because I've actually watched that gameplay, believe it or not, and it's actually not one of the favorites. They really just didn't like Five Nights at Freddy's 3. That was I believe, one of the lowest rated games out there.
And yet it holds an important chunk of lore.
It did.
And it was also an interesting concept for a scene.
Yeah, and I think it's just mainly because how it was portrayed. And a lot of people just didn't like how you played it. They didn't like the whole restarting, the rebooting the system function. They just didn't like it.
Yeah, the whole lot of technicals for the controls. But we'll get to that in a second. Let's see. There's also Phantom Puppet, Marionette, Phantom Balloon Boy.
Ooh, next year Halloween, I should do a Five Nights at Freddy's look. I definitely should.
You should be Balloon Boy.
Bitch.
Alright. And then we got, oh yes, the security guard that you're playing as in this game, who actually does go unnamed this time. Okay. A phone guy shows back up in this one too, actually, but it's in tapes. So it's not directly speaking to you, at least not as directly as last time.
No, because they basically say, oh, look, I found the tapes from the old pizzeria. Here you go. Voila.
But there's actually a new phone person that shows up in this one, Phone Dude. They're a little bit of differentiation because they don't name or show this guy either.
So a little bit about the game. Once again, you're still in an office. At this time, you're not at a pizzeria or a pizza place. You're actually at a amusement park.
A scare attraction.
Yes, I want to go to one so bad. Make that on our bucket list, please. A scare attraction.
Oh, yes.
Haunted houses, all that. But anyway, yes. So, honestly, Scott, please make one so I can be there. Because I need to go to one.
You're missing an opportunity here, man. You would make bank. Let's go.
From me. Specifically from me.
Just shut up and take my money.
Yes. Like, just please. I'm almost downloaded all the games on all my systems. I wasn't joking. I was almost downloading them all. But anyway. So you're at an amusement park, a scare attraction. And so the main animatronic that you really see is Springtrap. Springtrap, if you notice, if you do a close-up look, um, you start seeing like little bitty body parts of him and things like that, like sticking out. Like you see some lungs, you see some questionable bits. You even see a jaw in his mouth. It's really interesting.
And it gets explained in lore tidbits in the game. Turns out this is a murderous psychopath that apparently had a running position in the Freddy Fazbear franchise.
Yes.
It's not explicitly stated what his entire role is, but in this game, but
he basically worked at this pizzeria. He lured kids to the back with a golden Bonnie suit, and it was a spring trap contraption. It was a spring lock suit, and he put that one on specifically.
Yeah, and then he got himself impaled.
He got clamped.
This suit was apparently some kind of prototype to enable animatronic suits to be worn at times, which honestly just overall sounds like a stupid idea. Just get a dang costume.
The costume and animatronic, the end. But I get why they made it, because it could be like a both, save on money. But one thing I loved about Springtrap's look is I've always been down for the mangled, the distressed looking, the damaged looking, the scary looking one. They added him. He's the one that kind of made hair stick up on my back. And I think it's the fact that I can see certain organs coming from his body and seeing like little bitty, give me 1 second by my nose, you guys. Give me 1 second. It's kind of chilly in my house. You can actually see little bits parts, and then the look he gives you. He doesn't give you that, oh, hi, welcome, that fake look. He gives you like, I'm about to rip you up. Like, gotta get my drink.
Yeah, but he is one creepy bastard, and for good reason. I mean, this dude killed children. A sick monster.
Yes, and the phantoms, that's just what it is, just phantoms. They just kind of pop up in your screen, and then you have to reboot your whole systems. And some things you have to reboot is the ventilation. The main thing is you run around the ventilation. That's the main thing, because if you don't reboot your ventilation, then you start hallucinating, and that's when
the phantoms come out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You also have to reboot the power and systems, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a lot of rebooting systems to a point where you're wondering, is this place actually as run down as it looks?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So, that's basically it.
For
FNAF 3, and it's unfortunate. Like, my take on it is, I can definitely say it's not one of my tops, and the only reason why I watch it is because of Springtrap, and that's about it.
When you're only sucked in for something for one part of it. Yeah, alright, so, moving on.
Fine, that's at Freddy's 4. 4. 4. 4. No. Okay.
Alright, I had to let her get it out, you know? Okay, so, Five Nights at Freddy's 4. Alright, we'll explain the setting more in depth here, but there, a lot of these animatronics are called nightmare animatronics.
So cool, they got so much teeth.
Yeah, the name fits. They're fucking scary. Now, let's see. Of course, you got the main cast. Nightmare Freddy, Nightmare Bonnie, Nightmare Chica, and Cupcake, Nightmare Foxy, Nightmare Fred Bear, which I believe is specifically Golden Freddy.
Yep, it's Golden.
So they went from calling it Golden Freddy to Fred Bear, you know, just to keep it on track here.
Mm-hmm.
And just Nightmare in general, which is Black Freddy, pretty much.
And I think he has like teeth in his belly, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it's just...
he got teeth in his belly. He's so cute.
All over the place.
They're adorable.
That's cute.
Yes.
You want to get swallowed by that stomach? Be my guest.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, and the character you're playing as is, well,
A little boy,
yeah.
a little kid, and I think it's sad because when I looked at it, I felt for this child, because believe it or not, some tea on me is I used to be scared of the dark as a child. It's the idea of the unknown. It wasn't the dark itself. It's just what's lurking in the dark. And so I felt for this child. This child, I understood. You know what I mean? And I used to be, believe it or not, like another little T is I used to be afraid of Chucky. And it was so many people like, oh, it's a doll. Why are you afraid of it? I said, but just think of Chucky as a kid. You used to play with dolls. You used to be around dolls. So that's why Chucky was afraid of me, because this doll was killing people. Like, come on now. Now he's just one of my favorite my little horror boos. But anyway, yeah, it used to be scary, so I really felt for this child. So you play as this child. Like I said, we're going to get to the lore at the end, of at least what we understood of the lore. Like I said, we could be 100% wrong, and that's totally okay. But for me playing the games and us looking up and watching MatPat and things like that, what we take from it, okay? But the functions of it is you basically are running between the doors and the closet.
So you actually get to move in this one.
Yes, and you're just running back and forth with the flashlight, and he's so afraid. He is so afraid.
Oh,
Poor
you
baby.
can tell. And for good reason. These are hulking animatronics. And
they're towering over him. It's not like they're like little bitty teeny. They're hovering over this poor child.
And they're messed up. They got teeth everywhere. Freakish eyes. They are not friendly looking at all. None of this cute plushy thing to be found.
No. And then the mini game with little baby Springtrap is really cute. And things like that. So, and then at the end, you really get some good lore of how he is actually the child from the Bite of 87.
Yes. Or was it Bite of 87, or was it a different? I think
it
there
was the Bite of 87. I'm pretty sure it was. Look it up.
Yeah.
We got our cell phone for a reason.
It's just I've heard speculation that it was a different bite. Let's see.
I'm pretty sure, like, from what I've understood, that was kind of like the big cheese on top, cheese, the big cherry on top, like, that was the Bite of 87, because he gets bit by Freddy. The brother put him in the mouth, and bam, he gets clamped. But of course, we can always look it up. Google. That's what I understood from it, so. But until then, she finds out that. But, so you basically see the brothers. The brother and his friends basically play a trick on this little boy, and they wanted him, like, he's been terrorized by his family weeks up to his birthday, just getting spooked by all of them in the house. So these characters that he once loved, he no longer loves them anymore. He's terrified of them, and of course he's having nightmares because he's seeing them. And there's also other theories that, he already been bit, and this is kind of like what he feels in the coma of him getting bit. So it's kind of like there's a lot of theories behind that. I like both theories, but I like the whole idea of just the fact that his brother and his friends been terrorizing him, so he's afraid. So when he goes to his party, he's not enjoying this. He's like, oh no. And then when he finally goes, and his brother's like once again playing tricks on him, he put him a little bit too close, and the animatronic went clamped on his frontal lobe. So yes, you got the information for us?
Oh, yes. It's speculated that it was actually the Bite of 83 that the boy suffered, and the Bite of 87 what happened to a security guard that was never named.
So it's the Bite of 83 possibly, or 7. The point is, he got bit.
Yeah.
And by Golden Freddy specifically.
Oh, yes. Yes, it was Fredbear.
Freddy, oh Freddy, oh Freddy.
Knew that one was special.
It's special little Freddy. Sad, bad little Freddy.
Especially murderous.
Yes, so that's the 4th game.
Mm-hmm.
So the 5th game.
Yeah. Let's see. Not that. Oh goodness, we are not going over FNAF World, okay? There's this thing called FNAF World. I don't really know the specifics of its mechanics. I don't think you do either, do you?
So that's one game I didn't play because I believe that was for PC specifically. I think it was, and if anyone who knows me or really watch my channel, I'm mainly at this moment of time. I'm eventually going to convert to PC, but at this moment I am a PC console game. Not PC. I'm a console gamer. I don't know much about FNAF World, unfortunately. So I will put a channel down in the description if you want to know more about it. The most I know about FNAF World is they're really chibi, like teddy bear like, and there's a lot going on, and that's what I've heard from someone that's actually played it. They just said they didn't like it because there was a lot going on.
Yeah, and from what I understand, there really isn't much of anything in terms of lore in that game.
Actually, they said there's a lot of lore in that game. You just gotta get through the lot of stuff.
Oh.
But
yeah,
sorry, we're not your girls for that one.
Yeah, I just watched FNAF World specific videos for that one because there's a lot of characters and a lot of lore. God damn. Okay, hold on, scrolling through this again. Okay, sister location.
So it was FNAF 4 or 5.
Yes.
Okay, so just to clarify, FNAF 5 is FNAF World.
And FNAF 6 is FNAF sister location.
Let's get to the sister location. I'm
oh
so
yes,
excited.
because this
yes.
one definitely drops some interesting lore. But
so let's get to, before we start off these characters, when I saw that trailer,
don't hold it against us. Don't hold it against us.
you guys don't understand the excitement of how many times I watched it, on how many times I watched other people react to it, of how I got Yappy over here, like, annoyed by it, my husband annoyed about it, my nephew annoyed about it, because for once, the trailer, this is the main trailer that I really loved, and I'm going to tell you what intrigued me by it. I like how it opens, like how it goes down each game about fear, what was the word, just fear, isolation, I forgot each keyword, but they kind of go down the lines of the games, of what you fear. Panic was one of them too, like you fear in each game. And then you see up close of the little face mechanisms, and their face is just moving. And then, and first of all, that they're fucking shiny. And then at the end, when you see them on stage, and they're just moving around, and they're just being lively, and I'm just like,
not to mention, their face plates twitch about in a very creepy fashion that really...
And it was supposed to make them more real-like. They make them more creepy-like. And it's so cool. And I love the trailer. We'll put the description of the trailer down there, too. It's really good. I suggest you to check it out. And in this, like I said, if anyone knows me, it's hard for me to really get excited about horror nowadays, because I feel like a lot of times horror is really slacking, is really failing, and it's really sad. So that's why a lot of times I'm looking forward to a lot of what Scott is doing, because I know whatever Scott's behind it is going to be amazing. But when I saw that trailer, like, kudos, 100%. I love it, Scott. Thank you for Sister Locations trailer. That's my favorite.
Oh, yes.
So, characters, I'm sorry.
I'll go, by all means, go on. I like that commercial, too. Don't
trailer?
Trailer.
Commercial.
Sorry. I mean, it would air as a commercial, so I'm not completely wrong. Alright. But, okay, for starters, our main animatronic to look out for, Circus Baby. Don't let the name fool you. She is very smart.
And she's not very baby-like.
No, she's more like a doll.
She's not even she's a clown.
Well, clown doll. Hope you're not scared of clowns.
Hi, Nugget. My little Nugget's waking up, so you might start hearing her gabble gabble in the background.
Hi there.
Hi, little Nugget.
Yeah.
Hi. So go ahead, Circus Baby.
Oh yes, Circus Baby. Yeah. By the way, if I may note especially, other than Balloon Boy, I do believe this one is one of our more human-like animatronics, and definitely the first human-like animatronic to take center stage. Even before Freddy.
Mm-hmm.
Freddy.
And Freddy's kind of like a side note in this one.
Yeah, it's surprising. This is the first time Freddy stepped out of the limelight.
Yes. Go ahead. Next one.
About time you humbled yourself.
Oh
Now
my
I'm playing.
gosh. Leave Freddy
All right.
alone. And
Then
yes,
of course,
keep the tags on him.
and yes, of course, Funtime Freddy, Bon Bon, which is
Puppet.
yep, his Bon Bon is actually a hand puppet for Freddy in this one. So that's the closest you're gonna get to Bonnie in this game. Sorry, folks.
Yes.
Sorry, Bonnie fans. Well, just then you got Funtime Foxy. Yeah.
Same colors, literally.
Yep, same colors as Mangle.
Hello.
And then you have Ballora, who is
Another humanoid.
animatronic, and she sings and dances.
I like her voice too, and I like. Oh, can we mention they have
Yes.
voices now, like Baby, Ballora, even Foxy, kinda.
Yeah.
Kinda with Foxy, but I love Freddy's voice. We actually confirmed that. Come here, Bon Bon, like that creepy whatever it is. It was Freddy talking. I love that voice. Something about his voice, man. I love it.
They did that one well. Yes, this is the first time that we hear some voice acting other than Phone Guy.
Yes.
Or Phone Dude.
Yes.
No phone involved in this one, thankfully. There are some loudspeakers involved.
Any other characters?
Oh, let's see. There's the Bitty Babs and Mini Renas. Bitty Babs are circus babies, little minions.
And they look like naked baby dolls. I'm sorry, they're just not cute.
And then the Mini Renas, as the name implies, are like mini ballerinas. They're very skinny.
They look like the drawing. Like if anybody took art class, it looks like those wooden figures that you draw. And I actually have one. I could grab it. I actually might have my husband grab it. Hey, honey, can you grab my wooden drawing figure? Please.
Oh.
Yes, he's here too. We're all here.
Hello. Yeah, then you just got a lot of extras. There is some other voices that show. Yep. Hello, Mini Rena.
Yeah, so it kind of looks like them. Obviously, it has more of a. It obviously doesn't have this face. But it kind of gets, like, when I see it, it makes me think of this. And yes, I took art class in college, so. Thank you, that's
But yes, there's also some voices that do not get faces to match in this game. And that's basically most of the human cast.
And also, too, you don't forget about Ennard.
Right. Oh, Ennard! How could I forget
How do you
Ennard?
forget about Ennard?
Ennard's a weird little shit.
And yes, you found out he was the one pulling the strings.
Well, an amusing thing about Ennard. I don't know if it's steeping a bit too much into lore at this part, so apologies. But Ennard is actually like a group amalgamation of the other animatronics in this game.
Well, yeah, he's a group, but he's pulling the strings.
True.
He's the mastermind behind it.
Yeah.
And they say that Ennard is basically, sorry if this is getting into the lore because I know who's going to mention that, but they say that Ennard that is actually Purple Guy's entity. That's why he has purple eyes.
Oh, that makes sense. Purple Guy's dipping his shit into everything.
Everything.
And in case, I don't think we mentioned this. Purple Guy is Springtrap.
Yes.
Just to make that note perfectly clear. Okay. Let's see.
Any other just notable characters?
Well, they do mention William Afton and Elizabeth Afton and Michael Afton.
And that's all in the mini games.
Yeah.
And there are mini games, and you.
Although you do hear William Afton's voice at the beginning of the game.
And the little girl. And during the scene. So you hear them, you don't see them, but you get a lot of that lore through the video games where you're throwing cupcakes at kids. Literally.
Yes.
So the functions of Sister Location is you're a repair guy more this time, and you're going into this weird-ass location, and they're actually not a pizzeria or a horror attraction. They're actually rent out animatronics. So you can rent them out for parties. So you go into this elevator that looks like a spaceship, and you crawl through the vents. Weird function, I know. And then you check on each animatronic with buttons and lights, and if they don't respond, you shock them.
No wonder they're trying to kill you. I wouldn't want to obey to that.
Exactly. But Baby is the one, like, you have to go through the game and figure out if you should trust Baby or not trust Baby. Especially when you find out the shocks are not working on Baby. Baby just don't give a flying.
Baby is the boss bitch, okay?
Yes.
You don't play with her.
Yes.
All right. You come into her place and demand that she do things and zap her. It's not how it works.
So we're coming to the end of this one. We're gonna do a part 2. So stay tuned for part 2.